Well, hello and welcome to Unstuck with Charlie. My name is Charlie Arms. Today I want to talk about boundaries. Now, there are different types of boundaries, right? We're not talking about geographical boundaries, that separate one person's property from another, one city from another. We're going to talk about interpersonal relationships and how we need to have healthy boundaries. We're really bad at this as Christians. We think we have to be there for everyone. We think we have to say yes to everything. But really, we need to say no more often. We need to understand that saying no may be the best, most godly thing for us to do. Now, today I'm going to talk about two different ways that we need to set boundaries, okay? One is on a personal level, right? The first one is this: we have to say no to bad influences. We have to set boundaries in our own personal life, right? That we call that self-control. It's one of the fruit of the Spirit, right? Self-control. We need to exhibit self-control in our relationships, in our life, right? There are people who would take us down a dark path. There are people who would maybe knowingly, maybe unknowingly, lead us down a bad road, right? Into addiction, into some unhealthy type of activity. And we have to learn how to say no. We have to separate ourselves. The Bible does teach us that we need to have some separation. What business does light have with dark, right? The Bible talks about this need for us to avoid things that lead us into sin. And so it's important for us to say no. We have to have personal boundaries. That's the first one. The second thing we need to have is a boundary in our relationships, right? That there have to be boundaries in marriage, for instance, right? If we have no boundaries in marriage, we can wind up having relationships outside of our marriage, right? When we don't say no. We need to have relationship boundaries within our marriage as well. It's important that we not forget that we are individuals. We have the right. God has made us in His image, and He's made each one of us uniquely. And we all have a calling, and it's important for us to remember that we have to protect our personal identity while also being interdependent with our spouse. You see, those things aren't mutually exclusive. Sometimes we try to suppress or we try to change our partner in marriage, and that doesn't work, right? I mean, we try that, but it doesn't work. What we have to acknowledge, though, is that we have to have boundaries. We have to be able to say, hey, this is important to me. I'm a person of value, and we can't forsake that. We can't neglect that. Okay? So it's important when we talk about personal relationships, we got to set boundaries. In marriage, we also have to do it with children. Now, when our children are young, when we tell them no and we set a boundary, they don't like it. But one day they're going to grow up, they're going to appreciate it. The Bible teaches us to train up a child in the way they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. And what that means is we have to set some boundaries. We have to teach right and wrong. We have to teach what's bad and what's good. And if we don't do that, we aren't setting proper boundaries. And setting proper boundaries helps them grow up into being a healthy adult, learning how to set their own boundaries when that time comes. And so it's important in both our own personal life and in our relationships to have healthy boundaries. Now, what is an unhealthy boundary? An unhealthy boundary means that we try to control someone else. Right? We don't respect their personal identity, their personal choice, right? We can't control, we have no control over another person's choice. What we can do is set boundaries that we will not be led down the same path if they choose poorly. That we will not be pulled into darkness if they choose darkness. See, this is important. Now, I want to just talk to our Christian brothers and sisters here for a minute, and I want to remind you that saying no isn't ungodly. It isn't wrong. Sometimes it's the best thing you can do. We have to set boundaries. People can't get a blank check to our life and just expect us to do everything for them, right? That's unhealthy. It's unhealthy for them, but it's also unhealthy for us. We wind up burning ourselves out. We wind up being overextended because people are demanding too much from us. So setting boundaries is vital, and I hope that we'll learn how to do this wise and we'll do it well. If this has been helpful to you, I want you to click that like button or the subscribe button or both. Today, I would really appreciate it. God bless you, and let's move forward.